Life Audio.
The Bible Study Podcast, episode 870. Today, the Bible Study Podcast continues a study of the book of Psalms with Psalms 142 and 143. Welcome to the Bible Study Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Christensen. We have two more Psalms of David today, Psalm 142 and 143, but first, a word from this sponsor. Psalm 142, a maskil of David when he was in a cave, a prayer. And again, a maskil is, the word is translated prudent or having insight, and some people think that it means something that is meant to be meditative or to impart wisdom. A Psalm of David. I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint. Before him I tell my trouble. When my spirit grows faint within me, it is you who watch over my way in the path where I walk. People have hidden a snare for me. Look and see, there is no one at my right hand. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. I cry to you, Lord. I say, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. Listen to my cry, for I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name. Then the righteous will gather around me because of your goodness to me. It'd be easy if you didn't have any context to think that David was a whiner, or that maybe he had problems with depression, because he's always writing these very gloomy psalms about how everybody hates him and people are out for his life. But of course, once you have the context, you know that David is just telling it like it is. David is writing this from a cave, not because he likes to stay in caves, but because he's on the run. This is likely written when he was on the run from King Saul, who wanted to kill him because he was successful as a warrior, which is what you want your warriors to be, but he became a threat. And if you are somebody who is powerful, you want the people who work for you to be successful, but not too successful. Or at least that's the way it was with King Saul, who got jealous of David. So he says, I cry aloud to the Lord. I lift up my voice to the Lord for mercy. I pour out before him my complaint. Before him I tell my trouble. So all of this is just saying, I'm singing a song here, but I'm really praying a prayer. And I'm praying to God. When my servant grows faint within me, it is you who watch over my way in the path where I walk. People have hidden a snare for me. So he's got two different ways that he's using the word walk there. He is walking on a path, which is the analogy that he is making for his life, and that people have hidden a snare for me, that as he walks this path, there are places that he can't put his foot without being injured or without being captured. But it's saying that God is the one who is watching his steps. God is the one who is watching him in this path that is his life. Look and see, there is no one at my right hand. No one is concerned for me. I have no refuge. No one cares for my life. Again, this is one of those places that if you didn't have the context, you would say that David is having a real problem with depression, but he is really feeling this way right now, that no one is looking out for him. Now, he did have other people who were with him, who were faithful to him, but you could see why, if you're on the run because you've done nothing wrong, you might feel a little put upon. And David does. And David is saying, you're looking out for me, but no one else is. That I have no refuge. There's no one who cares for my life. That actually is not quite true. There are people who are caring for David. There are the mighty men who have gone into hiding with him. But that's the way he feels. And sometimes the way we feel is not true, but it's still the way we feel. I cry to you, Lord. I say, you are my refuge, my portion in the land of the living. So you are where I hide. You are not just this cave. This cave is not where I hide. I hide in you. I put myself in your hands to protect me. Listen to my cry, for I am in desperate need. Rescue me from those who pursue me, for they are too strong for me. Set me free from my prison, that I may praise your name. Then the righteous will gather about me because of your goodness to me. So, Lord, if you do what I'm asking, which is to protect me and to rescue me, to set me free from this trap that I'm in, this being on the run here, then people will hear of you and they will praise you. They will say, the God of David is a great God. And the interesting thing, of course, is that we're reading this more than 2,000 years later, and people are hearing of the God of David, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because of David's words and because of what God did for David. So what he says is true. And then going on to Psalm 143, a slightly longer psalm, 12 verses, a psalm of David. And this one I'm going to do in parts. Lord, hear my prayer. Listen to my cry for mercy. In your faithfulness and righteousness, come to my relief. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one living is righteous before you. And so David is saying, I'm praying to you and I'm asking for mercy. Now, we know that if he's asking for mercy, that he's done something wrong. This is a little different prayer because you ask for mercy when you don't want the punishment you deserve. In your faithfulness and righteousness, come to my relief, not because I deserve it, but because of who you are. Help me. Do not bring your servant into judgment, for no one in living is righteous before you, which is true, but he's saying, I am one of those who is not righteous. I'm one of those who is not faithful. Lord, have mercy on me. The enemy pursues me. He crushes me to the ground. He makes me dwell in the darkness like those long dead. So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. And so David is again in a tough situation here. I'm going to guess that this has to do with the time period of Absalom, which he is again on the run because that time period, David has done some things wrong that have led to this situation, and specifically his affair that he had with Bathsheba. So the enemy pursues me, crushes me to the ground. He makes me dwell in darkness like those long dead. David is feeling like he is dead. David is feeling like he has that kind of hope, like he is in the grave already or 1 foot in the grave. And so his spirit grows faint as one would. My heart within me is dismayed. I'm losing my hope. I am in a very dark place. And then within that dark place, he says, I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. I thirst for you like a parched land. Now, I wonder which days he's thinking about. I wonder if he's thinking about those days that I think are talked about in that previous psalm, which I think was written in the time of the fleeing from Saul, when he remembers that he's been in the situation before, that God protected them and God saved him, then God brought those days to an end. So I wonder if he's thinking now of what happened before, what God has already done. And it's helpful for us when we are in those dark places, when we feel like we've got 1 foot in the grave, to remember God's faithfulness to his people through history, but also remember God's faithfulness to us in previous times. I consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you. I search for you like a parched land. So I spread out my hands to you in prayer. I consider what you have done, and I want to be with you again. I search for you. I long for you. I thirst for you. Nothing else will be fulfilling until I find you. Answer me quickly, Lord. My spirit fails. Do not hide your face from me, or I will be like those who go down to the pit. Basically, I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm already dead, or I'm certainly heading in that direction. Please, Lord, answer me quickly, please, because I don't have much time. I can't make this. I can't take this much longer. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. So he's putting a deadline on this. Let the morning bring. So could you tell me tomorrow? And we often feel this way, I think, when we're looking for an answer for God. God does not always answer in the morning. It feels like sometimes God takes his own sweet time, but God's timing is different from ours. David knows what he wants. He wants an answer, and preferably he'd like it now. Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you. And then a very practical question, a very practical prayer. Show me the way I should go, for to you I entrust my life. What a great prayer for us to echo. Rescue me from my enemies, Lord, for I hide myself in you. Teach me to do your will, for you are my God. May your good spirit lead me on level ground. So again, I wonder if he finds himself hiding in a cave, but he certainly finds himself taking refuge in God, that God is the only one who will get him out of this situation. And so he says, teach me what to do. Teach me your will, for you are God. I am not. And may your good spirit lead me on level ground. May you lead me back to normalcy. May you lead me back to the way life is supposed to be. For your name's sake, Lord, preserve my life. In your righteousness, bring me out of trouble. In your unfailing love, silence my enemies, destroy all my foes, for I am your servant. So I'm your servant, but I'm your flawed servant. Remember, he starts with give me mercy. So it's because of who you are, for your name's sake, for your righteousness, that I'm asking that you deliver me. Not because I am so great, but because of who you are. Save me, Lord. Silence my enemies, destroy my foes. And that's a good humility to remember, that it is not what we have done, but what Christ has done on our behalf that gives us the ability to boldly come before the throne of grace with our requests to God. And I pray that you will have a better week than David was having here, and that God will direct your steps as well. And with that, we're going to end this episode of the Bible Study Podcast. If you have any questions, send an email to host@thebiblestudypodcast.com, or better yet, leave a comment on this episode at thebiblestudypodcast.com. And thanks so much for listening. I want to take just a second to thank the team at Life Audio for their partnership with us on this podcast. If you go to lifeaudio.com, you'll find dozens of other faith-centered podcasts in their network. They've got shows about prayer, Bible study, parenting, and more.
Finding uplifting news in today's headlines is often like searching for a needle in a haystack. At the Story Behind podcast, we believe in the power of finding heartwarming tales and are happy to share empowering stories with you every week. Hear about how Steve Harvey surprised a dying man on Family Feud with $25,000. Get inspired by the note a waitress received from a patron dining alone. And even hear about how one VIP passenger made a hardworking pilot get emotional before his flight. To start listening to the Story Behind podcast, visit lifeaudio.com or search Story Behind on your favorite podcast platform.